Congratulations. Boss move.
What you refuse to do?
Refuse to lose. I'm just trying to win. Congratulations. Boss move.
What you refuse to do?
Refuse to lose. I'm just trying to win. Congratulations. Congratulations. I'll retire when I expire. I'm in the truck like a spare tire. Not a dragon, but I spit fire. Volcano heat, not no little old trenches. Looking at my life through different lenses. Like when my heart was full of vengeance. Not good, but bad intentions. Somehow the Lord kept me unharmed. Kept my head up under his arm.
Western Conference Finals action here on 2K Sports. We've seen the series go to 2-0. Now a critical juncture for determining where this series is going. Welcome everyone to the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. Look at the Timberwolves. Down 2-0. They got to win tonight to get some traction in the series.
And if they lose this one, more likely you're trying to avoid a sweep. So tonight's all or nothing.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. And so Edwards will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Jacks up a three. Kept alive.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And even 3-on-3 break. Hartenstein with the screen on McDaniel. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
I had a chance to catch up with Chris Finch. He said SGA has this special ability to lull a defender into a slower pace and then suddenly make a quick move that leaves everybody just standing there. Coach feels the attention has to be on him. He wants to force somebody else to beat them. Guys?
Thank you, David. There's always a surprise, isn't there, Clark, in the offseason? Let's go back to 2022. That offseason, Timberwolves going all in on Rudy Gobert.
Basically, Kevin, they traded 5 firsts plus a bunch of good players for Gobert. It was derided at the time, and I can understand why, but Rudy's defense has taken them to another level, and he's actually been a little better offensively than people thought he would be.
Lift off, Mr. York, a one-way ticket to the rim.
Edwards looking it over. That shot off. Excellent D there from Williams. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Edwards against Dort.
Oh, man. Show us what you got, young fella. Anthony Edwards. Love to see you operate like that.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. It's Gilgeous-Alexander with the drive. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
Holmgren against Randall. Offline with his three. Timberwolves have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here's Edwards. Score of the basket is third after 5 shots.
Not afraid to mix it up down low. Edwards is a big guard. Really put together nicely. He's got a great body.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. Hits it from three-point range. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 7 points in the game. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. People in the know how good of a defender he is.
Timberwolves trail by 7. It's Edwards on the wing. He's defended by Hartenstein.
Boy, how about the strength of Edwards? Confident in taking on defenders and finishing.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for Oklahoma City. Launches it. Dort misses. The Timberwolves shooting it from their comfort zone so far in this one. 57% from the field. Here's Edwards. The 10-footer finds the target. 10 points for him.
You know, we need to keep seeing this from Edwards. It's encouraging to see him sink the mid-range J there.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
The knee just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Here's Williams. Anthony Edwards making his last shot. Screen by Hartenstein. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Edwards with another miss.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. To be out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
You know, numbers don't always tell the story, guys, but his assist totals do paint the picture here. I mean, he's got everybody involved.
A fantastic decision-making big. Randall with the right choice there, finding the open man.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Reed, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Miller comes in for Randall. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for McDaniels. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Williams, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Aaron Wiggins comes in for Holmgren. Alex Caruso, he's checked in for Jalen Williams. And it's Casey Wallace in for Dort. And the basket by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Incredible range from Gilgeous-Alexander, making a tough shot look easy.
Let's go. Reed with the rebound.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And the basket by Edwards. Edwards got 17.
Boy, tonight just gives you a picture of the potential of Edwards. I mean, this guy is an electrifying scoring guard.
Williams can't get it to go.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
It's good. Edwards got 19 points.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Wallace, the pass to Williams. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
High-octane action for sure. Crowd-pleasing already.
A good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Oklahoma City out in front, up by 3. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. We're back at the Western Conference Finals. Happy to have you with us here on 2K Sports. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
Their chemistry. That's what really stood out so far in this one to me. Look at the number of assists they've been able to rack up so far.
Oh, man. Their mid-range jumper also has been on fire. Tough to beat a group of guys shooting with that much confidence.
And the basket by Edwards.
And, you know, succeeding in the catch-and-shoot game will really help Edwards set up his drives to the hoop.
Higgins outside. Gilgeous-Alexander looking around. Over in the corner, Williams. A three-pointer off the mark. Timberwolves trail when Naz Reid is out there. Clark spacing the floor is a real asset for him.
For sure, and, you know, he really puts a lot of pressure on the defense because he can score from anywhere on the floor, and he's got great size and strength. And he does the little things, too. I mean, you look at his points and rebounds, but this guy gets deflections, he goes after loose balls, he gets you extra possessions on the glass, he steps in and takes charge. I mean, he does all the little and big things.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Thunder take it one step at a time. All-star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says, I think we all stay in the moment, and that's why we've been able to get better. Attack the day, the program in front of us. We all have the right intentions and want to win at the end of the day. Kevin?
Of that attitude growing by leaps and bounds. Thank you, David. Oklahoma City shooting so well, 63%. The offense working as one cohesive unit. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Wallace. And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Timberwolves making a switch here. Mars is checked in. Mark, you had a chance to defend a lot of great scores in your time in the NBA.
Yeah, and I did. It wore me out too, partner. I mean, I think the attitude of those guys stands out. Their relentlessness, the skill level obviously was there, but it was the relentless pursuit of the basketball and scoring opportunities. Bernard King, Larry Bird, Alex English, Marcus Johnson was near the tail end of his prime, but he was a problem too. I mean, there were a number of guys in that. Kelly Tripucka, woo! Yeah, don't make my head spin.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. About a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Edwards. Oh, Edwards!
Yeah, you know, once Edwards flips that switch, now he stays fully engaged. His offensive arsenal is on full display.
Thunder trailing by 3. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 10. Offensive rebound. Reed with it. To DiVincenzo. It's Edwards on the wing. Oh, what a physical score from Edwards.
Edwards flexing on them now. Bully ball inside.
And the Thunder with the possession here. Inside, here's Caruso. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. And yes, it's good. Williams has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Nice find by Gilgeous-Alexander. He reads the floor so well.
Edwards.
Hey now! Hey now! Yeah!
And a strong finish with 2 hands.
He's a brave man. You're risking life and limb trying to move like that.
He couldn't pass it up, though, right? Letting it all go.
You know, that's exactly what the fans love to see, guys. I mean, they're paying good money, big money. They want wins, but they also want to be entertained.
Here's Wallace. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 6th assist on the night. Wallace against Edwards. Pass to Garza. Back to Edwards. Timberwolves passing it around. Here's Reed. Open jump shot off the mark.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Here's Edwards. Edwards with a tough shot.
He had his choice of finishing moves there, and you just got to love the fact he went old school with the finger roll.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. Chet Holmgren comes in for Aaron Wiggins. Williams, he's checked in for Alex Caruso. And it's Dort in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren gets the bucket.
And playing up-tempo, pro-level ball can be hard for some guys, but Holmgren has easily made the transition.
Conley kicks to DiVincenzo. That's a 2 from Randall. Good D by Holmgren.
Well, you know, stopping him is never easy to do, but the defense was strong there.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. Jaden McDaniels has become an X factor for the Wolves. Mike Conley says, we know what he does defensively, but the offense that he can bring for us balances our unit. It's much needed. Guys tend not to think of him as an offensive player, but he does have that in his game. Kevin?
But I love the reference to an X factor. He definitely is that. All right, David, thank you.
Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
Bounce pass, Conley. Here's McDaniels. That's in there. Conley with the assist.
What a move by McDaniels, showing the defense how nimble he is when he wants to be.
To the inside. And the dunk by Holmgren.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Conley, the pass to Randall. Shoots over Holmgren. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Randall's got his first bucket in this one. Williams up on top. McDaniels defending.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
The Thunder shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe.
Take a break.
No good on the free throw. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Caruso's checked in. And he ends up missing both free throws.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
McDaniels kicks to DiVincenzo. 6 to shoot. Off target from outside. Caruso against Conley. Caruso, the pass to Holmgren. No good that time. Anthony Edwards has been leading the charge for Minnesota. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
These are return tickets from the court. And get ready for the fair half-court shot. Give me your beat.
Well, they've been the more measured team, passing up good shots for great ones.
Yeah, they've been aggressive, but also disciplined.
Seeing how things are shaking down for the Timberwolves. That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
And we're back with you, all set to bring you more action from Game 3. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter, sliced right through them.
Well, you know what, guys? My question is this. Who's he going to posterize in this half? You know, we've already gotten a number of filthy dunks out of him.
And here is Conley, still without a basket. Outside Edwards. Not going to go that time. Nice defense from Dort. And so it's Dort with it. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Randall grabs the board. And that's going to be a turnover. They called for 8 seconds.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Thunder trailing by 3. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 10. Over Conley. And Gilgeous-Alexander gets it to go. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 12 points in the game. Here's Edwards. Inside, Edwards finishes strong.
Yeah, it's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Doesn't go either for Gilgeous-Alexander. Timberwolves leading by 3. Here's Edwards. Count it. Edwards got 39.
He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
And he jams it with authority.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time.
Not when he can throw it down like that. Boom!
And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. So Edwards will go to the free throw line. That one on Holmgren. The Timberwolves shooting their first free throw of the night here.
What's up?
And Edwards, no good on that one.
Already growing a reputation as one of the game's most notorious trash talkers. Edwards is just having fun out there.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
Oh, Edwards with the touch.
You know, when you're a guard like Edwards, I think you need the teardrop in your arsenal. Too many great rim protectors in the NBA. That's a shot you need to have.
Randall against Dort. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Timberwolves leading by 5. Here's Edwards. And good! There's another.
And he's on a tear offensively, lighting up the scoreboard with a purpose.
And how about this? He now holds the team's single-game record for postseason scoring. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Alex Caruso, he's checked in for Holmgren. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Shoots a fader, and the basket by Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 16.
And he had a good look, and Gilgeous-Alexander made it pay off.
Edwards, good.
They've hardly needed anyone else today to get out to this lead. I mean, he's provided almost all of their offense.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander trains it from beyond the arc. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 9 points now in the quarter.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
Here's Edwards. It's in there. Conley with the assist. 49 points for Anthony Edwards.
And he continues to put in work in the paint.
Third quarter of basketball here in just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Caruso. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 19 points in the game. Hartenstein. Outside, Dort. Pass to Williams. Clock at 6. No good on the three. Timberwolves leading by 6. Here's Edwards. Hits it again. Wow. That gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
.156 left in the third. Outside Williams. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got his 5th rebound in this one.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys.
Checked in for the Timberwolves. Dante DiVincenzo comes in for Edwards. And then for Oklahoma City, Williams comes in for Isaiah Hartenstein. And it's Cason Wallace in for Gilgeous-Alexander. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Timberwolves leading by 8. Conley scanning the floor. Pass to Alexander Walker. Lets it go from deep. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got his 4th assist in this one.
And Conley is just so unselfish. He's very willing to give the ball up if it means setting up a teammate.
Here's Williams to stop the run. That shot off. We've got 1:08 left in the third. Here's Alexander Walker. Drills it from outside. Alexander Walker's got the lead up to 14 now for the Timberwolves. To the paint. Here's Caruso. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Caruso's got 6.
Now that's where you like your shots to come from.
That'll be a 5-second call. He's checked in for the Thunder. Wiggins comes in for George. 52 seconds left in the third quarter. Jang with the screen for Caruso. Lets the 3 fly. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got his 5th rebound in this one. Minnesota leading by 12. And it's Conley penetrating. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Williams scanning the floor. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. The Thunder with another miss. Here's Alexander Walker. He has 6 over Wallace. Can't connect from 14 feet out. And so it's Minnesota enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. Back right after this. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And it's the Thunder with the ball. A 12-point game. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander.
Reed with the rebound. Reed's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Edwards against Williams. Edwards' shot is good. Edwards got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Timberwolves. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Wiggins a screen on DiVincenzo. Wiggins kicks to Caruso. Fires from 18. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Reed's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Edwards. And the layup is good. Edwards got 55.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
And the shot goes down.
Money in the bank. Gilgeous-Alexander is more than happy to try his luck from that spot.
Wallace against Edwards. From deep. Good, he hits again.
And he now owns third place for most points in a playoff game.
An incredible game, no doubt. Nothing can...
And now only Elgin Baylor and Michael Jordan ahead of him. How much further can he go? And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Wiggins with the rebound.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
5 on the clock. Ingles the bounce pass. And here's Edwards from another bucket. Wow!
And he's equaled second all-time in scoring for a playoff game.
A tremendous offensive display, Greg. This crowd on the edge of their seats.
And he's now matched the Hall of Famer Elgin Baylor with Michael Jordan's all-time record only 2 points away.
Caruso finds Wallace. And the Thunder another 3.
Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
Here's Edwards. Changes up. Good. That's another bucket.
And that bucket looks as wide as the Pacific Ocean. He just can't miss.
A phenomenal offensive exhibition. And now he is tied the all-time scoring mark for points in a playoff game.
His airness with a little company on his lofty perch. Just remarkable.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Rudy Gobert is checked in for Reed. Julius Randle comes in for Joe Ingles. McDaniels, he's checked in for Clark. And it's Mike Conley in for Dante DiVincenzo. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. Chad Holmgren comes in for Wiggins. Williams, he's checked in for Alex Caruso. And it's yet another bucket.
And he set a new all-time record for single-game scoring in the playoffs.
I mean, what a night to remember. And for those of us who are lucky enough to witness it, I'm sure we will never forget this.
And it was way back in 1986 that Michael Jordan set the record of 63 points. And when you surpass the greatest of all time, you've done something special.
Well, we've got a moment here. Let's present our player of the game, Anthony Edwards.
And you know what? This has been his game from the start. I mean, he found ways to impact at both ends. And he's been relentless at attacking the opposition all night long, keeping constant pressure on the opponent.
Some players rise to the occasion in the playoff spotlight, and some wilt under it. We know which type he is. What a stunning night for him. Thunder with the rebound.
You look at him, and he's a little hit and miss from there, even without a defender in his face. No guarantee.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Thunder trailing by 18. Williams inside, working on McDaniels. It's not going to go for him. Edwards against Hartenstein. And the basket by Edwards.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Hartenstein with the screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. Bangs home the trifecta.
It's important that you have big men who can shoot in this day and age, and this guy can really stretch the floor.
Near the three-point line, it's Edwards. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Holmgren's got 4 rebounds in this game. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Hartenstein inside. Edwards defending. A nice shot by Hartenstein.
And now we can start talking about Game 4. What a magnificent effort and really a significant victory for the Timberwolves.
2 great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
It may have taken them a few games to hit their stride in the conference finals, but they finally did it here in Game 3.
And suddenly this is a series. I mean, they dropped the first 2. And really, it was hard to picture them coming back. But tonight, they more than showed they have what it takes to reach the NBA Finals. Still, down 2-1. It's not going to be easy, but it is certainly within reach.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Anthony Edwards.
Well, the defense just couldn't figure him out, and he continued to put it to him.
A new lineup here for the Timberwolves. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Williams, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Aaron Wiggins comes in for Chet Holmgren. Jason Wallace, he's checked in for Jalen Williams. And it's Isaiah Joe in for Dort. Here's Dillingham. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Dillingham, no good. 26 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. Things were looking bleak for them, obviously, coming into this game. But with tonight's win, Greg, they are right back in it.
And that's the fight this team has. That they don't care what the odds are. They are going to keep battling. And suddenly, we got a series on our hands.
We sure do. That concludes this broadcast of the Western Conference Finals. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Olney, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA.
Grant, when you talk about these two teams tonight, I think it's fair to expect a barrage of three-point shooting.
Oh, for sure, B.A. That's the usual game plan from both sides. It's going to be raining threes here tonight. And if they're falling, it's going to be a high-scoring affair.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Great effort to turn the miss into 2 points.
Yes, sir. Those are the hustle points. Here's Edwards. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Lou Dort picks one up.
Boy, young talents like Anthony Edwards, so exciting to watch. You know, you've got to adapt to the NBA and continue to grow and reach your potential. But there's this infectious joy and a great smile that he plays with.
And Doris, you watch Anthony Edwards year to year. He just keeps reaching a new level.
He wants greatness badly. He's putting in the time, BA, to get there. Anthony Edwards, the shooting, the confidence, the leadership, everything's growing. He's now producing like an MVP. Look out, everybody. Here he comes.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Holmgren. And the big finish by Holmgren.
And before he even leaves the floor, Holmgren has the ball at rim level.
Lets it fly. And It falls all over the rim and in.
Now that's a bad shot until it goes through the net.
The Thunder have gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Dort for 3. Gets the 3 to fall.
Being ready on the catch, such an important skill, and Lou Dort's confidence really starting to grow.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Here's Gobert. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Grant, how about the rise of OKC in just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed?
Incredible, B.A. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks.
And that strength and concentration from Anthony Edwards. Yes, there's contact, doesn't bother him.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
And the shot goes.
Now you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Now here's Dort. Williams from long range. McDaniels with the rebound.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
And Edwards the bucket on the assist by McDaniels. Edwards has got 8.
Anthony Edwards in the painted area is going to be a force. Size, strength, and hops. Look out.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. He's picked up by Conley. The open shot by Gilgeous-Alexander. They get it back. Holmgren. And the big finish by Holmgren.
And I just love how he's making the effort plays that everyone around him appreciates.
It is certainly making an impact tonight.
No doubt. On the scoreboard, in the body language of the players, you can tell which team is in complete command.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Here's Dort driving in, and he bangs it home with one hand.
They played with fantastic energy from the opening tip.
Well, you set the tempo early, and when you get command and control of a game, it's perfect. There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to catch up with head coach Chris Finch. Our topic was how he'll defend Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and coach was straightforward, saying Shai demands so much attention with the ball that he can warp a defense. We'll need to stay disciplined and not get caught watching the play. We'll see how that approach works out for them, guys.
Allie, thank you. And Chris Finch calls timeout here. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Minnesota. Wallace, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Timberwolves trail by 11. Outside, Alexander Walker. Yes, great play by Conley to set it up.
There's a reason Mike Conley's teammates love playing with him. If you're open, I promise he'll find you.
And Wallace, here we go. And the layup is good.
And early on, they've been on a tear, just getting whatever they want offensively.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
The shot by Alexander Walker, no good.
And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
Well, OKC has a great track record with their draft picks, and it seems like they got another one in Cason Wallace.
Wallace was the 10th pick in 2023. He's going to give you great physical pressure defense on the perimeter, and then he's going to play to his strength offensively. OKC rarely misses with their draft picks, and they didn't on this guy. Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely done there.
Here's Hartenstein. And Hartenstein slams it in.
They've controlled the paint so far. That's been the difference.
I know it's early, but you have got to like the dominance down low. Right now, they are playing bully basketball.
And down it goes. 2 points.
And both teams already firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, this is already a high-scoring game, but we knew that was a possibility coming into this one.
Hartenstein, no good.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
Now here's Alexander Walker. 7 points in the game. Great positioning on the putback.
Listen, at just over 7 feet, we know Gobert's going to be terrific on the glass.
Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Wallace, the pass to Hartenstein. Soft touch off the glass. Hartenstein's got 10.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Back to Wallace. From deep. From beyond the arc, and then some. He's got 5. And so it's Oklahoma City in command with a 13-point lead at the end of the quarter. And welcome back to our coverage of Game 3 on 2K Sports. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Oklahoma City.
Well, great play down low. I mean, you expect the defense to adjust, collapse maybe, but that should open up things on the perimeter later in the game.
And the other thing that's working for them tonight, getting out into the open floor. A lot of the damage coming in transition.
Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. SGA explodes to the rim.
This guy is such an explosive athlete. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander goes straight to the cup.
And it really feels like the chemistry of this Timberwolves team has taken a step forward.
And B.A., you know this. Winning always enhances that energy and chemistry. But beyond that, this is a roster full of players that have had individual success, and now they're hungry and thirsty for team success, because that's the true measure.
It's Edwards on the wing. Three-pointer. Gilgeous-Alexander with a rebound.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
The kick out to Wiggins. And stolen by Edwards. And now the T-Wolves on the break. DiVincenzo, the pass to Reed. Stolen by Wiggins. To the inside. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
Timberwolves trail by 10. Here's Alexander Walker. Oh, he gets it to fall, and that makes it just a single-digit deficit. Alexander Walker's got 10 points in the game. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Inside, Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Well, pretty pass from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. This guy can score it, but make sure you're lifting up the guys around you.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Gobert's checked in for Minnesota. Conley comes in for Alexander Walker. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Lou Dort comes in for Wallace. That'll be a 5-second call. But Grant, you played on some very tight-knit teams. Talk to us about chemistry.
Well, B.A., in some sports, chemistry is not a big issue. But in basketball, it is huge. You have to trust and believe in your teammates. And it has to be a unit, not 5 separate individuals.
Shot from the inbound. Gilgeous-Alexander, no good. Timberwolves trail by 9. Down low. Here's Gobert. And a missed layup. For Oklahoma City, they've got 3 of 6 shots to go here in the second quarter. Caruso misses.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Here's Edwards. They get the rebound. Out to DiVincenzo. Over Dort. And it's good as he snugs it right through the net.
How about Gobert with the find? On time and on target. Nicely done, Rudy.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Caruso. Dort for 3. Rebound Minnesota. There aren't many more dominant defenders in the NBA than Gobert.
Well, that's definitely fair to say, B.A., because his defense has an outsized influence on a game. The inside presence changes an opponent's game plan.
And it's Dort with the ball for the Oklahoma City Thunder. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. 2 open that time. Made it look easy. Wiggins got 5 points in the quarter.
Boy, wide open teammate. Really pretty pass by Lou Dort. No hesitation there.
Here's Edwards. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim.
How about the assist coming off the deck? What a pretty bounce pass.
And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Doris, one of the most physical guards in the NBA, Anthony Edwards.
If you want to talk about a prototypical NBA body, it's Anthony Edwards. He's got size, strength, athleticism, but beyond that, he's so skilled. 3-level scorer, versatile on the defensive end, fearless when it matters. Anthony Edwards may be the next face of the league.
So for Oklahoma City, Holmgren, he's checked in for Wiggins. Jalen Williams comes in for Caruso. And it's Wallace in for Gilgeous-Alexander. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. 8-point game. A good look from Holmgren. Knocks down the 18-footer. Holmgren's got 8 points.
Yeah, it's just too easy for Holmgren. Man, is he fun to watch operate off the catch.
Minnesota's gotten 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. Edwards making it look so easy from deep.
He's bringing a lot of energy to this offense, not letting the scoreboard discourage him right now.
And to me, he's just playing smart, efficient basketball, really helping his team hang around this one.
Here's Williams. And there's another one for the Thunder.
And I like when Williams works in these mid-range areas. I mean, such an impressive score.
Pass to Edwards. Edwards rises up and powers it down.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. A minute 22 left to play in the first half. Williams up top, guarded by Edwards, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Naz Reid. That's his first foul of the game. Randall, he's checked in for Reid. And also a switch here for Oklahoma City. Caruso is checked in. 1:14 left to play in the half. Down low, Holmgren drops it in.
It's so difficult to defend Holmgren inside. For such a young player, his body control and awareness are off the charts.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Brian, Anthony Edwards, his disposition just brightens a locker room. Coach Chris Finch said he's an absolute joy to coach. Always in a great mood with a great smile. It doesn't matter if he plays well or he doesn't. Every day he has the same approach and the same attitude.
And he wants to be great, Allie. There's no doubt about that.
And we're seeing the full potential of Holmgren. Any questions about whether he's NBA ready are being answered right here tonight.
Timberwolves trail by 13. Here's Edwards. Sinks that one from the post. Edwards has got 24 points.
Well, Anthony Edwards came into the league with a reputation as a scorer. He is starting to hum a little bit right here.
Williams misses. Minnesota's got 3 of 5 to fall from beyond the three-point line in the second. And he makes it. Conley's gotten his first basket of the night. 15 seconds left in the first half of this game. And here's Caruso outside. Randall pulls down the board. Edwards looking for an opening. The shot comes out. And so it's Oklahoma City. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Great shot selection right now. Keeping the game simple and getting high percentage looks. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this.
Game 3 action here at the break. It's a nice lead for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
They're moving well on offense. Great teamwork. Maybe not as strong as our teamwork, but whose is?
How about your old Lakers team?
What I remember seeing, they pass the ball into Shaq Ernie, and it never comes back out.
That's why they call me the Shaq Hole.
Seeing how things are shaking down for the Timberwolves. That does it for halftime. Let's get back to game action. Here's Brian Anderson with the start of the third quarter.
Glad to have you with us as we return to the action here in the Western Conference Finals. And you know, Anthony Edwards has been really making it happen, guys.
Well, tonight is a big game, and you have to be impressed with the way he's come out firing.
You get the sense when there's big-time performances to be had, this guy wants to take part. You expect that this is a trend that will continue here.
Timberwolves trail by 9. Doris, not only is the Thunder roster full of young talent, they also have a ridiculous amount of draft capital.
BA, you've got to give a ton of credit to the front office. They've got multiple options going forward. Continue to draft and develop their talent, or perhaps use those picks to trade for a superstar you believe fits.
Getting it done inside, Edwards.
I think his teammates understand that Anthony Edwards has every aspect of his offensive game working, so let's make sure he's got the basketball.
Here's Williams. He can't get that one to fall. McDaniels with some nice D. Minnesota's gone 4 of 9 so far from the perimeter. Outside for Randall. And stolen by Williams. Edwards against Dort. Pass to Holmgren. Puts up a 3. Oh, the long ball from Holmgren.
A superb three-point threat. When Holmgren is knocking down triples, he's hard to contain.
Here's Edwards. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Edwards has gotten 4 this quarter.
Looked like some confusion defensively that time. Left him wide open for a nice look on the jumper.
Here's Dort. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 assists tonight. And Chris Finch has called timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. Timberwolves trail by 10. Outside Edwards. Boy, clanks that one off the back iron and it falls. Edwards got 30. To the paint. Here's Dort. And his 5th basket. Now 5 for 8. Looking comfortable out there.
Well, Dort touched the paint, and he was immediately thinking score.
Pass to Conley. And here's Edwards. From the arc. Ant-Man from the corner.
Boy, the bucket's been 5 feet wide for him. He's dropping everything in.
Now Holmgren. To the middle. Here's Dort. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. So Dort's got 13.
And great awareness. Holmgren's so good at reading the movement of his teammates. A very heady passer for a big man.
Oklahoma City leading by 9. Well, Doris, Chet Holmgren was one of the more highly talented guys coming into the league in a long time.
He was, BA, and he has lived up to the billing. At that size, to be able to shoot the ball, put it on the deck, be a force at the rim defensively. But maybe his best attribute, he is a tough competitor. It's interesting when you watch Lou Dort get a couple of shots to fall early, the level of aggression starts to rise.
Edwards against Gilgeous-Alexander. Ant-Man wanting it more.
Well, great possession there. Anytime you end up at the rim with a high percentage look, perfect.
Pass to Holmgren. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Hartenstein, defended by Gobert. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Williams against Edwards. Outside McDaniels. This one for 3. Edwards, no good. Thunder leading by 9. Dort, pass to Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander feeling it out a bit. Hartenstein with a screen on Conley. They get it back. Second shot opportunity. And Hartenstein with the lay-in. He's got 12.
What energy on the offensive boards. The defense can't match the effort, and they paid the price.
It's Edwards with a drive, and so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Well, Anthony Edwards has got a well-rounded offensive game. He can put it on the deck and draw contact. Shows you right there.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Oklahoma City.
They've been all about high percentage looks in this game, working the ball inside and doing whatever it takes to get it to go.
And they've also been scoring on the break. With how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court, anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
Reed's checked in for the Timberwolves. Alexander Walker comes in for McDaniels. So he makes one of two, and the second one misses.
Well, we know Edwards has an impressive skill set, but what really separates him is the competitive edge that he plays with.
Timberwolves trail by 10. A minute 39 left. Ooh, Edwards with style and authority.
Oh, Anthony Edwards thinks this game is a dunk contest. Go ahead, young sir. What a finish.
And Mark Dagnall has called a timeout. He wants to review the game plan. And the Timberwolves making a change here. DiVincenzo's checked in. And it's Caruso with the ball for OKC. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Tries it from the block. No good off the back of the rim. Minnesota's gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. DiVincenzo can't hit.
And it didn't fall, but still a great look.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
Outside, Williams. And another miss by Oklahoma City.
All alone from mid-range. They know he won't miss many of those.
Alexander Walker with the bucket. 58 seconds left in the third quarter. Thunder leading by 6. Caruso, pass to Williams. Fires the 3. Counted from distance. Williams has got 5 now.
A shot that Williams continues to work on. You love seeing these type of results.
Here's Randall. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
Yeah, he needs to take a lot more shots. He's been efficient, trying to get his teammates involved, but it's time for him to step up.
Wallace outside. Uneasy, 2 on the layup. 7 points in the game.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
On target from range.
Unselfishness can be infectious. Terrific teamwork.
The Thunder have gone 50% from the field in the third quarter. 8 of 16. Dort against DiVincenzo. Now here's Dort. Defense is right there. And he drops in the layup off the glass. So Dort's got 10 points now, just in this quarter. Now Randall. Yes, great play by Conley to set it up. Conley's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. What a performance for Lou Dort. He has been the story for Oklahoma City. He put together 10 points in the quarter. We'll be right back with you shortly. And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. Thunder leading by 6. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Here's Caruso. Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can score it, so you have to respect it. That sets up his passing game. What a pretty delivery.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. for Minnesota. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch was going over with his team. He applauded their shooting and their shot selection, saying, we're taking the right threes, not forcing anything. Keep doing that, and they'll continue to fall. Makes the game easy, doesn't it?
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. Timberwolves trail by 8. Here is DiVincenzo. Shoots from the baseline. Edwards can't hit.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
Wallace misses. Now here's Reed. Pulls it from the corner. And the shot falls short that time.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
Wallace's shot is good.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
Well, you know this. This is a guy who's looking for his shot the whole time. You have to know who you're guarding. KYP, know your personnel.
With the crossover. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Well, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
It's just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock. Pass to Caruso. Over to the wing. Wallace, right side. 11 feet out. Gets rebounded by Minnesota.
Cannot believe he missed that one. Ooh, I'm sure he can't either.
Outside Reed. From deep three-point land. The shot that time not on target. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. A great fourth quarter. Just giving up 2 points.
Well, that's SGA in a nutshell right there. Quickness, length, guile, finishing on the interior.
And Doris, no doubt about it, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an absolute monster on offense.
Very quietly, one of the most dangerous offensive players in the game is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got size, he's got speed, he's got handle. He can score from 3 levels. This guy is a legit force.
Ingles, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Mike Conley comes in for Alexander Walker. Jang, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Lou Dort comes in for Wallace. Edwards, oh, not wasting any time and taking the shot and hitting it. Edwards got 42 in the game.
Well, if you find yourself in between in that mid-range area, Anthony Edwards so confident. Rise and fire, young sir.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Timberwolves trail by 13. Conley passes to Edwards. Over Gilgeous-Alexander. Edwards can't hit.
Listen, we know the mid-range game is in this guy's arsenal, but you wonder, should he have moved it just one pass more?
Pass to Wiggins. There's the 3. Anthony Edwards with a rebound. Edwards got 4 rebounds in the game. The fadeaway. And good! There's another!
And what a night he's had. That score now ties him for the single-game playoff high for his team.
He's been nothing short of amazing tonight. A legendary playoff performance for him. Dang, shot is off. The Timberwolves have gotten just 3 of 9 shots to go in. Struggling this fourth quarter. Oh, connects again!
He's on a tear offensively, lighting up the scoreboard with a purpose.
And how about this? He now holds the team's single-game record for postseason scoring. And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. And Minnesota with some changes. Gobert's checked in for Reed. Randall comes in for Ingles. And McDaniels is subbed in for DiVincenzo. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Up and over Conley. Here's Hartenstein. And Hartenstein slams it in.
And just an incredible effort on the offensive glass.
Wow, follows it up with the putback to finish the play. And Edwards with the basket on the assist by McDaniels. Edwards has got 48. They've got time on their side here, Grant.
And if they're smart, they'll milk the clock a little.
Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, the determination from Gilgeous-Alexander.
Boy, delicate touch on that floater by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's pretty.
And Chris Finch has called timeout, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. We've got 1:48 left to play in the fourth. Randall finds Edwards. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Hartenstein. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist. Gilgeous-Alexander's got assist number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. It's Edwards on the wing. Dort defending. Offensive rebound. Gobert with the follow.
This guy's so dangerous on the offensive glass, and you'll love to see it jam it home and leave no doubt.
Thunder leading by 11. Pass to Holmgren. Let's go with a 3. Oh, he's on fire. 8 for 8 and just looking relentless.
They played well, and let's see if they can keep it going into Game 4, an important one for the Thunder.
They had more assists and shot the ball more efficiently. Those things tend to go hand in hand.
And that's so true. Without a doubt, their ball movement was essential to winning this game.
And with this win, a trip to the finals is within their grasp. Just one win away from the sweep.
And they'll be looking to make it 4 straight, no doubt about it. That's how you want to go into the finals. Well rested, playing your best basketball of the season, and riding a ton of momentum.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Luguentz Dort.
Boy, whatever was needed, he provided it. He was the jack of all trades. Big bucket on one end, big defensive play on the other. I thought his influence was felt all over the floor.
Oh, another one falls.
My goodness, 50 for the game.
Just putting on a show. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Gilgeous-Alexander's shot is good.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
So it's the Thunder taking care of business in this one. And now that they're up 3-0, winning this whole series is well within their grasp.
You think it's only a matter of time, but the postseason is all about expecting the unexpected. They need to stay focused and finish strong.
That concludes this broadcast of the Western Conference Finals. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Doris Burke, I'm Brian Anderson saying thanks for tuning in. And let's leave you with our player of the game, Luguentz Dort.
On fire, aquí no se falla, nunca le sale por más que lo ensayan cuando vayan subiendo de las olimpiadas con todas las medallas, van a extrañarme el día que me vaya, todos los tuyos.
What's up, MP? Hey, MP, it's your world, we just live in it.
How you doing, MP?
I'm good, man. How about you?
I'm chilling. Check out this pregame buffet. They got some good stuff.
Nah, man. I try to eat light before the game.
They got a Mediterranean chicken wrap. It's light.
Mediterranean chicken wrap. All right, I'll check it out. But hey, any chance you want to trade jerseys after the game?
How would we play for it?
I'm all in.
That's what you want. I'm game. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. With Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge is with us as well. And now the opening lineup for Boston. White in at shooting guard, with Brown playing small forward. Torrey Craig is out there with Porzingis, and it's Pritchard in at the point. And for Oklahoma City, both Jalen and Jalen Williams are out there. One at the 3, the other at the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the power forward. And Greg, here we are, not yet halfway into the season. For Boston.
Number 13, Brian Cruz.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. I was able to talk with Mark Daigneault for a minute. Now, we talked about the difficulty of trying to contain a player like Jaylen Brown. Coach said we can't let him gain confidence and feel like he can do whatever he wants. That's when you get into trouble. Now it's up to the players to make sure this doesn't happen. Guys?
Thank you, David. Celtics trail by 18. Here's primetime. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside, Dort. Williams, a screen on White. Here's Dort. A three-pointer, no good.
And they have a narrow edge here in rebounding early on, and you wonder what kind of a role that's going to play moving forward.
And it's prime time missing. It's Williams with the drive. Craig pulls it in.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Here's primetime. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. And it's primetime missing. Oklahoma City leading by 16. Right side, Williams. Porzingis with the block.
What a swat by the big man Porzingis. You always have to be careful shooting when he's lurking.
And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Jang, he's checked in for Williams. Wiggins comes in for Kenrich Williams. Cason Wallace, he's checked in for Dort. And it's Alex Caruso in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Boston also with the sub. Holiday's checked in. Here's primetime. We saw him with 10 points last game. Bank shot, no good.
Well, this hasn't been his quarter so far. He's really struggling to get going.
And Zhang kicks to Williams. Puts up a three. That one, no good. And so it's Jalen Williams making things happen for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all, and he looks to be planning for more. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And for the Thunder here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
I know it's early, but all those three-pointers, boy, do they add up.
And with each made three, their confidence continues to build. their opposition might want to change their approach to try to slow them down.
We've got Alex Caruso. Wallace is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. Then it's Jones. And it's Wiggins in at the 4. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Greg, despite not winning Rookie of the Year, Holmgren had a historic start to his career.
And he would have won the award most seasons, but he obviously had some stiff competition. Regardless, he proved to be a versatile big man with star potential.
Here's prime time after the made shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Horford with the rebound. The baseline J. And it's prime time missing.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
That shot wide open. Wallace has got his first 3 points of the game.
Yeah, not only is Caruso unselfish, he just has a great feel for the game.
And we got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. A different look for Oklahoma City. Williams, he's checked in for Jones. And it's Dort in for Case and Wallace. Zinkas, he's checked in for the Celtics. Pritchard comes in for Drew Holiday. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Lou Dort makes his bones at the defensive end. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says, I always try to test myself against him in practice because he's the best of the best. Coach Mark Dagnall said, I look at him more like he's an artist. We can shift him anywhere. There's no one he can't guard. Kevin?
David, he is a beast. Wow, thank you for the report. Here's prime time. The Thunder making the shot. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Outside, Dort shoots it up. And there's Gilgeous-Alexander. That's good on the assist by Dort. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Thunder.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And you can't turn it over against this team. That's a recipe for disaster, and we're seeing the results of that.
Kenrich Williams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Jalen Williams comes in for Alex Caruso. And a change for the Celtics. Cruz is checked in for White. And Mark Dagnall calls timeout here. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team.
Give yourself a round of applause.
Here's prime time. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Driving the lane. He scores with that shot. Now he's 3 of 8.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
Goes up on the high post. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 14.
He's been reliable from the floor, and that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Charity stripe shot. They get it again for Zingas. Misses the baby hook. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 23 points. Williams double team. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
Jump ball.
It's Brown on the wing. Defended by Dort. Unloads from 13. And it's prime time missing.
Wow, his shooting woes continue, and it's weighing down this offense.
And it's slammed in by Williams.
Well, now that they've settled into this game, you can see the offense is firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, and that is key for them, continuing to build out this lead.
Pass to prime time. Pulls up on the wing. Rebound by Williams.
Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more.
6'3", 215 pounds. Lou Dort is one strong guard. Hard to handle for defenders.
The Thunder have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
You've got to appreciate their ability to make free.
And so it's Oklahoma City rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Hey folks, happy you joined us. The action tonight, a bit wild and a big deficit now for the Boston Celtics.
Their perimeter D has been soft like bathroom tissue. No excuses. Can't give up that many open shots and get away with it.
Their D being treated like bathroom tissue. No mercy. Let's turn our attention to the three-point shootout and highlight some of the top candidates. Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get...
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here tonight, guys.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient.
Oklahoma City making a change. Wiggins is checked in, and the Celtics also making a change. Cruz, he's checked in for Pritchard. Stan, of all the different styles of offense in this NBA, what style is the toughest to defend, toughest to stop?
Kevin, I don't think there's really any difference in terms of styles or systems in terms of what's tough to stop. It's players, and it's how well a system maximizes their best players. That's what makes teams tough to stop.
On the floor for Boston, White in at shooting guard, with Brown playing small forward. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Torrey Craig, and it's Cruz in at the one.
Well, he had 6 points from beyond the arc in the first half, but yet to get it going here in the second.
Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Primetime's got 10. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the third quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. Wiggins kicks to Dort. Pass to Williams, and it's Gilgeous-Alexander in the corner. Good. And a nice assist for Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 9 points now in the quarter.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. Jang, he's checked in for Williams. Alex Caruso comes in for Jalen Williams. Wallace is checked in for Dort. And it's Mitchell in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Stolen by Mitchell. Caruso against Brown.
Oh, yeah. Caruso has major spring to his game.
There's 57 seconds left to play in the third. Pass to Primetime. Shot from free throw range. Thunder with the rebound.
When the defense is playing off you like that, you want to be able to convert. But that time, he just couldn't get it done.
Boston's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Lays it up off the glass.
And that's 12 points for prime time.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall.
Mitchell wide open. Jaylen Brown with the rebound. Brown's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And he banks in the layup. Brown's got 6 here in this quarter.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
For 3, Mitchell. And Horford pulls it down. Here's primetime. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, has been on display for the Thunder. They've leaned on him for offense, and he hasn't let them down. He's now up to 23 points today. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his teammate.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Let's get an update on Torrey Craig. David, what's the status?
Hi, guys. The head athletic trainer for the Celtics provided some information to us. Well, guys, it could have been much worse. It's a shoulder bruise, and it's aching a bit by the looks of things. And this is a huge blow. This wasn't the best roster in the NBA coming into the season. Kevin?
David, thanks for checking in. On top of it, as always.
It's interesting. Even with the advancements in strength and conditioning, injuries continue to impact the game.
Well, this is a high-impact sport, and the league continues to get bigger and faster.
They've got Zhang, Alex Caruso out there with Aaron Wiggins. Then there's Cason Wallace. And it's Mitchell in at the 1 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Took him no time at all on that one.
Well, that's Holiday using the threat of the drive to get defenders on their heels, and then he pulls the string.
Wallace, an easy 2 points on the layup.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Boston shooting 43% from the floor. Pritchard passes to Porzingis. A few possessions into the 4th quarter, just over a minute played. Prime time's shot is good.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Mitchell looking it over. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Pritchard passes to Cruz. I've heard some talk about this idea, Stan. What do you think about adding a one-on-one tournament to the All-Star Weekend?
Wow, Kevin, I love that idea. And if you could get the better players to play, I think there would be some serious interest in...
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for being with us tonight on 2K Sports. We'll see you later.
Hey, man. That was fun. We should do it again sometime.
Yo, any chance you want to do that jersey swap anyway?
Nah, man. You got to earn that. Fair is fair.
All right. Respect.
Yeah.
Even the best teams lose at least 10 games a year.
Tough game tonight. Get them next time. Man, the air really is thinner up here. Hope you've been right.
MP, you got that look in your eye tonight. You better watch out.
Oh, say does that start?
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you exciting NBA action. This is Brian Anderson, joined by Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson. Allie LaForce will be our reporter from the sideline. Here's a look at some stats for Peyton Watson.
He's been really dialed in from deep during these last 5 games. Looking assertive and in control every time he rises up to shoot from beyond the three-point line. And it's been fun to watch.
Looking at the starting five. Each team is becoming more and more clear, Grant.
Oh, yes, indeed. I mean, we have a good understanding of who the real contenders are. But there always seems to be a dark horse team that makes a push in the second half of the season. Anything can happen.
Pass to Porzingis. Horford outside. Here's primetime. A chance there to take the lead, but a miss. Outside Watson. Three-pointer. Horford pulls it in.
Just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Here's primetime. Defended by Watson. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Here's primetime. Rebound by the Nuggets. And this is their first time matched up with the Celtics this year.
Last season, they got swept in a 2-game season series against this opponent. I'm sure they're looking for payback tonight.
For sure. This is a team that feels like they should never be swept in a season series by anyone, but especially when it's one of the heavy hitters from the other conference.
Yep, count it.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
And what you love about this Denver offense, Grant, by and large, they take good shots.
Oh, they do. Top 5 in field goal percentage over the last 5 seasons. And a lot of that is Jokic delivering the ball to the right guy at the right time. And that's as good a look as he's going to get. He's just got to shake that one off and keep it moving.
Brown, and too long on the shot.
Okay, let's just say it. This has been an ugly quarter for him. Not quite a break of mirror ugly, but it's getting there.
Jokic passes to Murray. That falls. Nice feed from Jokic. Jokic has got 3 assists tonight.
Look, they are in front right now because of him. He keeps draining these shots at a ridiculous clip.
Shot on the wing. Prime time. Can't get it to go.
I think the defense will live with him taking mid-range jumpers, but maybe just a little bit more resistance.
And it's good for 2. Murray's got 12.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They should continue to ride the hot hand.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for them.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Here's primetime. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Primetime's got his second bucket on the night.
Yeah, he was able to sneak it to the rim. Had enough room to get just like an easy layup.
Out to the right wing. Here's Brown. Right now contributing around 10.5 points a game. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
That's his second personal foul.
Jaylen Brown picks one up.
The officials were right on top of that one.
Denver shooting their 6th and 7th free throw shots in the game.
2 shots.
Shoot 2.
First one falls for the Nuggets. Najee, he's checked in for Gordon. Strawther comes in for Brown. And it's Pickett in for Jamal Murray. The Celtics making a switch here. And so he's able to get one of 2.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. White, the pass to primetime. It goes. He's made 3 shots in 6 attempts.
Assist from Derek White.
Here's Pickett. Pass to Najee from downtown. Knocks down the long J. Jamal Murray, he's been the guy making things happen for the Nuggets. He made a big impact, scoring 12 points in the quarter. We'll be right back. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Nuggets.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And another thing, they found the open man. Really playing unselfish basketball, moving the ball around there on the perimeter.
On the floor for Boston, we've got Drew Holiday, Luke Cornett out there with Derek White. And it's Hauser in at the 4. Here's Pickett. Pass to Jokic. Here's Pickett. Now here's Jokic. And it's Cornett with a rebound. Here's primetime. Give him 8. Shot from 12. Misses off the left iron. Denver leading by 3. Pass to Jokic. Beyond the arc. Boston pulls it in. And while Nikola Jokic has lots of years left in this league, he's already an all-time great, Grant.
You know, B.A., not many guys have won multiple MVPs and a title. But Jokic has already accomplished so much. And with his size and skill set, Jokic can be elite for a long time and add to that impressive resume. The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
And he'll take his 3rd and 4th free throws of the night.
And something I remember from their last outing, he was excellent at the charity stripe.
2 shots.
And he drops the first. And the league has cut down on back-to-backs, but some pushback for a surprising reason. Richard, teams need multiple days off in order to practice.
Yeah, that's right. With only 1 day off between games, teams don't usually practice on those off days. It's not as simple as it looks.
Porzingis is checked in for Boston. Pritchard comes in for Holiday. And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Just about halfway through the season. Let's take a look at the East. Taking a look at Boston. Boy, it's been a rough season for them. They're at the bottom of their conference.
You know, for the Celtics, there's no doubt they feel the pressure mounting. I mean, failing to match those expectations from the start of the year is apparent.
Man, we keep waiting for them to turn it around. And waiting, and waiting. And at this point in time, I'm just going to say it's probably not going to happen.
And the shot goes in. Primetime's got 4 points in the quarter.
That's more than enough space for him to get that shot in.
Pass to Tyson. Down low. And he jams it home with authority.
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
Celtics trail by 5. White, the pass to Primetime. Here's Pritchard. And it's Tyson with a rebound.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
Brown passes to Jokic. To the paint. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Well, Jokic is the passing big man. The assists he racks up from his position are something else.
Pass to Primetime. And the bucket counts, and he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play. Boston shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game. A different look for Denver. Watson, he's checked in for Tyson. And Jamal Murray is subbed in for Strother. And the Celtics also making a change. Jaylen Brown, he's checked in for White. And that one misses. One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
Here's Jokic. He played a great game against San Antonio. Here's Brown. The shot is good on the assist by Jokic. Brown's got 11 points.
Oh, man. I mean, the passing from Jokic is off the charts. Gave his man just a great look.
1:52 left in the second. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Murray's shot is good. And now a 10-point Nugget lead.
And once the break is on, Murray gets involved, putting himself in the right position to score.
Here's Primetime. It's down. His 7th make in 13 attempts today.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Outside Watson. Inside. Here's Brown. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
A reverse slam? That was sweet.
Ah, the finesse on full display. And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Jordan's checked in for Nikola Jokic. And we have a chance to take a look at the teams that are wreaking havoc with their defense this past month. Number 1, Boston.
Over the last month, this team has shown strides defensively. The effort level has been much improved.
Here's Primetime. Tipped.
Long arms and just great instincts. That's how Gordon finds the big block opportunity.
From behind the arc. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
I just love the ball.
Brown passes to Primetime. Driving inside. 8 makes out of 15 shots. He's got it going.
Proving he's more than just a go-to scorer. Brown also loves swinging the ball to open teammates.
Out left to the wing. Here's Brown. It's good. And the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 3 assists in the game. There's 42 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's Primetime. 16 points for him. No good from 18.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Here's Watson. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
That's his 3rd personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for 2, Watson.
Shooting 2.
And that one misses. Al Horford's checked in for Boston. Derek White comes in for Brown. He hits the second from the line. And so it's White with it. He brings it up for Boston. 15-point game. Last game matched up with the Thunder. Tough loss there.
On the road, they got owned defensively. They just couldn't match the activity level of their opponent.
Yeah, if you allow a team to shoot such a high percentage in their own building, you're going to have a big hill to climb.
Oh, what a perfect pass to set that up.
Hey, the feed might have been pretty, but the finish, that was angry. And so it's Denver, leading by 17 at the end of the period. How about the way they've attacked the paint? This throwback approach is paying off. Back to the game after this break.
Welcome, everybody. This game revealing a big disparity in play. What a performance so far for the Denver Nuggets.
It's not just about taking a shot. It's about taking the right shot. They've made a lot of good decisions out there.
Sometimes you just have a great night. Here in the studio, that's, I guess, every night, huh, Shaq?
I would agree, my brother.
And now, not a bad time to take a look at the schedule ahead.
And for their matchup with the Clippers, they've had the better season, but this game feels close.
More than a few analysts have predicted an upset here. I'm going the other way. I think they take care of business. Thanks for tuning in. Now we head back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Checked in for Denver. Boston making a switch here. Pairing up in the backcourt, Murray and Brown. Gordon and Jokic together in the middle. And it's Strother in at the three. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. Pass to Murray. The three is up. The rebound, Celtics. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds in the game. Grant, the Denver Nuggets have been on quite the run here in this window of time.
Yeah, B.A., it's all working for Denver in recent years. This is a well-constructed team that they play as a unit, and it makes it so difficult to try to get the best of them.
Here's Primetime, defended by Murray. Primetime had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Denver leading by 11. Pass to Murray. Launches it. Murray can't get that one to fall.
And he got a couple to fall from long distance in the first half, but still looking for that number 3.
White coming through.
Impressive. Their ball movement has been excellent tonight.
Second half here, and we're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Murray from outside. The Nuggets with another miss.
Some people could say he's struggling on offense this period. I like to think of more of drowning. Just can't seem to find his confidence.
Here's Primetime. Strother grabs a miss.
I don't know if he got in his own head there or what, because the defense can't really take credit for that miss.
Murray passes to Jokic. Here's Strother. The shot is good on the assist by Jokic. Jokic has got 6 assists in the game. Celtics trail by 12. Here's Primetime. He's got 16. Count it. 40 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Murray. And it's Murray finishing it off.
Oh, explosive move. Sometimes Murray doesn't get enough credit for his athleticism.
Here's Primetime. He's got 18. Rebound by the Nuggets. Jokic has got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Murray's shot is good.
Terrific up-tempo play by Murray. Gets the ball, and moments later, he has a shot up.
White, the pass to Primetime. 1 second left. And so it's the Denver Nuggets up 14 as we wrap up the quarter. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And just a selfless decision from your two-guard, showing his ability to get his teammates good looks.
We talk a lot about playing for one another. Right there with the pass, he's demonstrated what it means to do exactly this.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the court right now for the Celtics, Luke Cornett out there with Kristaps Porzingis. Then there's Peyton Pritchard, and it's Hauser in at the 3 slot.
An elite passer at his position. Jokic just seems to have eyes in the back of his head sometimes.
Pass to Primetime. For 3. Hits a 3-pointer. Primetime's got 21.
Draining his first 3 of the game. No doubt hoping to build up a little momentum from outside.
Here's Pickett. Here's Jokic. No match for the Joker.
They've now had assists on each of their last 3 buckets.
Celtics trail by 15. Pritchard, the pass to Cornett. Here's Primetime. Rebounded by Denver.
They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Pass to Strother from deep. Gets the 3 ball to go. Strother's got 5 points in the quarter.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. And Denver making a change here. Brown's checked in. Horford, he's checked in for Boston. Just over a minute and a half played here in the 4th. Here's Primetime. Off target from 3-point range. The Nuggets lead by 18. Here's Brown. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
He's pouring it on at a nice clip, and the rest of the team is stepping up as well.
Here's Hauser. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line. Now called the Nuggets. Minute 32 left in the final quarter. And Grant, with the 65 games rule for player awards, it did seem there was a real reduction in load management.
Yeah, B.A., and I liked it. The stars played more early on, but we also saw a lot of them get banged up by the playoffs. So it seems there's still a balance to be struck.
Denver has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Nuggets.
Man, they were in a groove from long range tonight.
Yeah, they were able to find space, and they were ready to let it fly the moment they saw an opening.
And they really wanted this one. It pushes their win total up to 21.
And they meet just twice, so taking the first meeting means a lot to this team.
51 seconds left in the 4th quarter here. They recover it. Charic outside. Pass to Strother. Jordan with it. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Their home crowd has energized them all game. Now they're closing it out.
It's always nice to perform like this, especially in front of the faithful home crowd.
Here's primetime. Here's Tillman. Outside Holiday. Looking to end this cold spell. Oh, Jordan with the block. They get it back. Just 5 on the clock. Late clock. The Celtics got to hurry here. Here's primetime. He hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Xavier Tillman.
Here's Pickett. So no problem for Denver as they get the win. Boy, they were something special to watch tonight, and the crowd loving every second of it.
It's always a great feeling when you play this well for your fans. This team really showed what it's capable of.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Grant Hill, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
Chin up. Tomorrow's a new day. Some nights, the shots don't fall. Get ready to rumble, young bloods. Every game is a new day, MP.
And out here getting loose, guys going through some drills. We're almost at game time, folks. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Kristaps Porzingis.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Now Sacramento starting 5. The post pair for him will be Murray and Sabonis. Markelle Fultz out there with Levine, and it's DeRozan in at the 3 slot. And for Boston, White in at shooting guard, with Brown playing small forward. Down on the block, it's Porzingis with Horford. And it's Pritchard in at the point guard. We're only around halfway through this very long season, GA. This is when the grind, I think, really kicks in.
Yeah, you think about the physical and mental toll this game takes on you. And I miss being out there, but, man, I tell you, it can be a grind.
And so off the tip, it's Boston. Brown again. Defense right on him. Cruz, he's checked in for Pritchard. And a change for the Kings. Monk's checked in. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. From the arc, trains the three-pointer.
Off a nice pass, Monk delivers.
Celtics leading by 4. Here's primetime, and the basket is good.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, briefly spoke with Joe Mazzulla. Now, when I asked him about the challenges his team will face going up against DeMar DeRozan, Coach said it doesn't matter what kind of defense you throw at him. DeMar is so good getting to his comfort zones and knocking down shots. What people don't realize is how good of a playmaker he is. Kevin, a tall task to slow him down.
All right, thank you, David. For the Sacramento Kings, GA, the expectations for this group have risen.
Well, it was about just making the playoffs for this franchise and breaking that drought. Now, Kevin, it's about advancing in the postseason. Just getting there isn't good enough. And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Pass to Sabonis. Brown against DeRozan. Outside, Levine. He's looking for Sabonis and finds him. 6 on the shot clock. No good on that one. Nice D from Porzingis. 54 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Cruz. No good from outside.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Monk, no one around him. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists. Monk's got 6.
Well, if you allow Monk to get good looks, especially from distance, he's going to make you pay.
Here's Cruz. Can't hit from in close.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Sabonis with the bucket.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Celtics leading by 5. White finds Brown. Here's primetime. Sabonis grabs the ball.
Look, everyone wants to be part of a highlight play, but when you miss on completing it, it's pretty embarrassing, just like we saw there.
Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Celtics lead by 5. And don't go away. We'll be back with... And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
Well, a lot of the players are doing a good job as well of scanning the interior part of the paint. All those inside looks, those are paying off.
On the court for the Kings as the second quarter gets underway. Sabonis is out there with Lyles. Then it's Malik Monk. Then it's Ellis, and it's LaRavia in at the small forward position. Holiday gets the bucket.
Now Drew aggressive there, right? You can see committing to that shot, looking more than happy to rise up and fire.
Ellis, the pass to Sabonis. A 3-ball. That's in, and the Celtic lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Ellis.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
They get it back. A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. Buries the long-range jumper. Holiday's got 6.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game. And that's just taking advantage of some soft defense on that drive. Little resistance for him on the way to the basket.
Here's Cruz over Ellis. And Ellis with the block. Pass to LaRavia. Off target from three-point range. Austin leading by 6. Here's Cruz. And he's back in business as a jumper finally drops for him. Primetime's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, GA?
Kevin, well, like a lockdown corner in football, teams just try to keep the ball away from Jrue Holiday. He says, I feel like they're not afraid of me, but like, okay, get him off the ball. To me, that's respect. I don't need other people telling me how good I am. You can see it by their actions. Kevin?
So true. He can be intimidating, David, and we thank you for that report. Greg, you know this. Good coaches give their players confidence. But what's the balance there between affirmation and accountability?
Well, when you believe in a player, that also comes with expectations. So a coach has to boost them up and also demand that they deliver.
First personal foul, second team foul.
Elbow. 2.
The Celtics have made 2 and missed 2 at the line tonight.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something.
Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Count it. Good. Monk's got 8.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Hey, Brent, you spent a bunch of your career as a scoring guard off the bench. A lot like Malik Monk.
Well, not quite like Malik Monk, but this guy has been unbelievable. The way that he changes the pace of the game with scoring. It reminds me of a younger version of Jamal Crawford, who obviously won 3 Six-Man of the Year titles. This guy is so explosive and so confident. He has leaned into the role of being a difference maker as a six-man.
DeRozan kicks to Monk. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Pritchard passes to Cruz. Yes, it is. Scored that as a bucket. Number 5 on a 5 for 11 night.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Boston leading by 10. Pass to Porzingis. It's Brown on the wing. Guarded by Fultz. Here's Cruz. No good on the triple.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Just cannot get anything to go. If there's going to be a way to get out of this hole, I don't think he'll be the one to do it.
The offensive rebound. Launches a 3. He doesn't hit that one. The Kings trail by 10. DeRozan scanning the floor. There's 25 seconds left in the second quarter.
Oh, that's a terrific dime from DeRozan. And this is why guys enjoy playing with him.
Here's Cruz. Boston again missing.
Well, if you believe in the numbers, that mid-range shot is not a high-value shot, even with little or no defense on you.
Miles, no good. And so it's Boston in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Looking good at this point, but wanting more. And we'll be right back after this.
31. Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot drum roll. Their measurement of the shot. So sorry. One more time, a round of applause for our contestants.
Welcome, everybody. Before we get into tonight's game, we will be breaking down who's hot and who's not on our midseason power rankings.
Taking a look here now at Boston, what you see is what you get. And we aren't seeing much from them.
Yeah, they've got some nice pieces on their roster, but the lack of firepower to make any real noise, at least this year, it seems.
And now, time to talk about this game What a solid start for the Boston Celtics.
I've got to admit, even when these guys are covered, they make the shots.
Yeah, you like to say close out on the shooters, make them earn their points inside. But even if that were tried, I don't think it would play out that way.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, one half to go. And Sacramento has possession. Trailing here by 8. They get to take on the Bulls at Chicago after this one. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. The guards are Pritchard. Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
Way to go, everyone. Let's hear it for him.
1:52 left in the third quarter. Here's prime time. 11 points in the game. A floater. It's stolen by Monk. Down low. Here's Levine. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assist. DeRozan's got his 7th assist in the game. Celtics trail by 3. Here's Cruz driving in. Banked in off the glass. Primetime's got 13.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Now in the later stages of his career, Greg, DeMar DeRozan continues to be a master from the mid-range.
Kevin, we all know he loves that area of the floor. And what makes him so effective, the footwork. He's so good at backing guys down and creating space to get that jumper off.
And so Monk will bring it up for the Kings. Lets it go with the 3. It's good from long range. Monk's got the lead up to 4 now for the Kings.
And you gotta love that three-point stroke of Monk. I mean, he's got such a high arcing shot there. It gives it a good chance to go in from deep.
3-pointer. Hands it from downtown. And now a 7-point Kings lead.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble. Well, he's too good a finisher to blow that kind of chance, but that's going to be a wake-up call to the defense.
DeRozan with it. 8 points for him. Pass to Monk. There's the 3. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists. DeRozan's got 9 assists now tonight. Malik Monk has been leading the charge for the second. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. On the floor for Sacramento, Markelle Fultz out there with Monk. Then it's Trey Lyles. Then it's Zach LaVine. And it's LaRavia in at the 4 slot. LaVine against Holiday. LaVine with a nice move. And the Kings lead by 8.
Good touch on the interior. LaVine really crafty at figuring out ways to create space down low.
Here's primetime. That shot, no good.
Probably not the shot that was drawn up for that possession, but you can't pass it up, and you can't knock it down.
Here's Fultz. Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits. The Celtics shooting well. They're at 45%. And the basket by Hauser.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Fultz, the pass to Monk. Rebounded by Hauser. Hauser's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Pass to Primetime. Goes to the reverse layup and puts it in. Primetime's got 4 points in the quarter.
All right, I think he's showing off now, but I'll tell you what, that's impressive.
Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the 4th. Monk outside. Pulls it from the elbow. And that comes off the assist by Levine.
And Monk can do so many different things on the offensive end of the floor.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He's clear. So the Kings win it. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them.
Chin up. Tomorrow's a new day. Rest, recuperate, get ready for tomorrow. Man, y'all better win tonight, or some of us might need new jobs. Time to change it up. Get your mojo back.
A shot of the Celtics earlier, coming down the tunnel. They're not messing around. They're ready to get to work here at home. All right, everyone. Greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. Well, Grant, we're near the middle point of the year now. At what point do coaches start looking at limiting the minutes of their stars? We'll make substitutions.
Turn this around.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played so far. So for New Orleans right now. Here's Primetime. McCollum defends. And there's contact and a whistle. So he's got 2 shots coming up.
And even from where we're sitting, you can clearly tell it was a foul.
He misses the free throw. So he comes up empty, missing both. And Grant, you look at the players the Pelicans have gone after recently. They have a clear plan.
Well, they do, B.A. They want to surround Zion with shooters, which, of course, makes sense. It's sort of the same kind of blueprint the Bucks laid out with Giannis. If you can shoot, the Pelicans have a spot for you.
PC grabs the board.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
Pass to McCollum. Launches a 3. He's looking good. 2 buckets and 3 attempts.
Boy, you love what this guy is doing right now. He's taking smart shots, shooting a high percentage, starting to cook.
Can they get it? Prime time. Can't get it to go.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
Zion Williamson seems intent on silencing all the doubters moving forward, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., he's not taking any more questions about conditioning. His physicality and play really answered that question now. He has been looking better than ever.
First one falls for him.
Yeah, the physical abilities of Zion are truly next level. His build, his strength, I mean, it makes him difficult to defend and totally unique.
Pritchard's checked in for White. Alvarado's checked in for New Orleans. Williamson hits them both.
Even as much as we've seen him, we still marvel at the power of Zion around the basket. It's hard for a defender to deal with this kind of strength.
And here we can check out the story for C.J. McCollum.
He's been really dialed in from deep during these last 5 games, looking assertive and in control every time he rises up to shoot from beyond the three-point line. And it's been fun to watch.
Oh, they get a hand on it. Alvarado with a steal. And the layup is good off the glass.
You can't help but look toward their defense. And they're totally lost.
Here's primetime. That one's off. Still out of sync.
They're playing with a lot of energy tonight. We can see that in their dominance on the glass.
And that one's good. Williamson.
The big story thus far, how well they've shot the rock.
And so Brown will bring it up for the Celtics. 19-point game. This game coming after the loss versus the Kings.
Defensively, they weren't up to the task. Didn't play as a cohesive unit, and it really hurt them.
You cannot allow your opponent to shoot that high a percentage. That is going to get you beat night after night.
Offensive rebound. 26 seconds left in the opening quarter. Alvarado. And it's all from three-point range. Alvarado's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Pritchard, the pass to Brown. Here's primetime. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
The 3 is up. Drops in the 3. 9 points in the game.
Their ability to space the floor has been the story of this game.
And what surprises me is the defense hasn't done anything to take away that three-point shot. That has been their preferred weapon tonight.
And so it's Trey Murphy making highlights for the Pelicans. Hitting 3 trays in the quarter, providing some sharp shooting. We'll be right back after this word. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Pelicans.
Well, in today's, continuing to drain as many as they can.
And the other thing that's working for them tonight, getting out into the open floor. A lot of the damage coming in transition.
Filling out the wings, it's McCollum and Jones. Then it's Kelly Olynyk. Then there's Jose Alvarado. And it's Messi in at the 5. Here's McCollum. Off target with the free throw line, Jay.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
It's scooped up. Here's Hauser. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
That'll drive your coach crazy, failing to box out.
And to me, this is a common theme that's running through the league right now. Guys looking to leak out rather than box out.
Outside Olynyk. Pass to McCollum. The 3. McCollum with another miss.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
Here's Pritchard. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Pelicans. And a check on the league leaders now with the top shooting teams over the previous 10. Second, the Pelicans.
Boy, they've been hot. You love to see this kind of offensive execution.
Drew Holiday's checked in for Pritchard. And the Pelicans also making a change. Murray's checked in. New Orleans leading by 15. And you know, you look at someone like Peyton Pritchard, Doris, heady guy who doesn't make many mistakes.
BA, maybe his best attribute in my mind is the competitive spirit and the motor he plays with. He's a fearless shot taker, either inside or from three-point range. He makes excellent choices with his passes. But again, I go back to that competitive toughness.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver is highly encouraged by the growth of the game. He said, in addition to being the fastest growing sport in the world, we are the #1 participation team sport in the United States. Boys and girls are playing basketball in record numbers. Love to hear it, Brian.
No doubt. The game's in a great place right now, Allie. Thank you. And we've got a timeout called by Willie Green. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for Boston. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. And here's Jones. No points yet. Here's Misi. To end the drought. Nails it from beyond the arc. And the Pelicans lead by 14.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor space.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team, productive and efficient. I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
They kick it out to Murray. That three's off the mark. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Pass to Primetime. From 8 feet. That's good on the jumper. Primetime's gotten 4 this quarter.
The D hasn't been quick enough to react to the ball inside. That's helped cause this run.
Outside Murray. Fires the three. Sinks the tray. Well, Grant, when the money's on the line, the mid-range is still a big part of the elite player's game.
You're right, B.A. And really, it comes down to touch, obviously. And size certainly helps. And then the savvy and balance to create that space.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Boston making a switch here. Brown's checked in. Olenek's checked in for the Pelicans. Williamson comes in for C.J. McCollum. Pass to Primetime. Fires from deep. Boston no good that time either.
Yeah, he's really scrambling to keep them in this game. Gotta respect that hustle.
Williamson with the bucket. Williamson's got 6.
A monster down low. Zion is scary.
Here's Primetime. Now Brown. 1:25 left in the second period. And it's going to be out of bounds. Boston will have another go. Here's a look at what's coming up for Boston. On Wednesday, they kick off a road trip in Toronto, where they'll take on the Raptors. Then on Friday, they go back home and will be hosting the Orlando Magic.
And you know, for that matchup with Atlanta, that's going to be a nice test for them. They'll get a chance to see just how they play against a team that most feel is better than them.
Right now trying to get into a rhythm, but so far this quarter, boy, he is struggling to make anything go down.
Murray inside, defended by Brown. Here's Jones. Nice D from Brown.
Boy, that's the kind of look this offense is designed to create. That's just a tough miss.
Here's Primetime. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. That one on Murphy.
And he just powered through contact trying to complete the play.
Boston shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. That free throw misses. Horford, he's checked in for Boston. White comes in for Holiday. And he's good on the second. There's 48 seconds left to play in the first half. Murray from outside. Porzingis grabs the board.
His offensive output just isn't there tonight, but his teammates have found a way to pick up the slack.
Here's Primetime. Pass to White. Horford, a screen on McCollum. 6 on the shot clock. Primetime. And it's good. Off the back of the rim and in. Primetime's got 7 points here in the quarter. Now McCollum, 32 points for him last game against Philadelphia.
I thought his physicality was crucial too. You know, he kept the defense on their toes and repeatedly got to the free throw line.
Here's Primetime, and the layup falls. Primetime's got 11 points.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
And so that brings the first half to a close. It's New Orleans leading by 14. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Greetings, Shaq, Kenny, and EJ here as we tip off the show with a look at our midseason Eastern Conference standings.
Taking a look here now at Boston, they hear the clock. Trying to coast through the season straight into the playoffs? Not how it works, fellas.
Now we'll take a look back at that first half. What an all-around performance it was for the Pelicans.
Well,
And that's a wrap on halftime. Thanks for watching as we send you back to BA to call the second half.
And after a very... Both teams changing it up here. And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. The perimeter pairing, it's White and Brown. Horford at the 4 with Porzingis at the 5. And it's prime time in at the point guard position. That's who's in the game for the Celtics.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
I'll tell you, he's been much better in the second half. He's taking smarter shots. He's looking more comfortable. And guess what? He's in a groove.
Here's prime time. The bank shot, no good.
Coaches loathe empty possessions. You got to be able to hit the easy ones.
McCollum outside. Fires for 3. The rebound, Celtics.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
We've seen scoring totals increasing, and fans might appreciate it, but NBA VP and head of basketball ops Joe Dumars said, quote, I think what fans really want to see is incredible competition. The score is secondary to that. And guys, you talk about competing, Joe D brought it at both ends of the floor.
No doubt about that. Well said, Allie.
And McCollum excels at everything on the court. And man, he is putting on a show.
Primetime passes to Horford. Outside White. And here's Horford. Releases. It's hauled in by New Orleans. Williamson's got his 4th rebound in this one. There's McCollum with the 3. Jaylen Brown with a rebound.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's the shot he typically makes.
White, the pass to Primetime. Can't connect from short range.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
There's McCollum with the 3. That won't go either for McCollum. Celtics trail by 21. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Boy, it's been a struggle in this quarter, and the team needs more from him. There's no doubt.
And the shot's good. McCollum's got 19 points.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Here's Primetime. McCollum defends. And Primetime gets it to go.
Well, you get exactly what you want right there. Clean look, right at the cup. Nicely done.
McCollum looking it over. That won't go either for McCollum.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans feeling confident. 18-point lead to win that quarter. We hear teams talk about wanting to get the ball inside, but this is how you do it. Back after this. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the court for the Pelicans, getting the 4th quarter going. Herb Jones out there with Kelly Olynyk. Then there's Trey Murphy. Then there's DeJounte Murray. And it's Messi in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Hauser passes to Holiday. Porzingis sets a screen, goes up on the wing, and the basket by Holiday.
That's incredible patience right there. Just letting the play develop. Nice job, Drew Holiday.
Here's Murray. Second chance effort. And the layup is up and in. And the Pelicans lead by 18.
And attacking a somewhat helpless defense right now. Just a relentless effort.
Well, you love that there's no let-up in how they're playing. They want to dominate every aspect, including second chance points.
To the left side wing. Olynyk for three. Boston with a rebound. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Raptors at Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. And that'll be their only game on the road before heading back home. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Murray deciding where to go with it. Fires in the triple. Murray's got 5 points now in the quarter.
In terms of volume and accuracy, Murray has shown a lot of growth with his three-point shot since entering the league.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. Now Horford's checked in for Cornette. Celtics trail by 21. Porzingis passes to Holiday. Out to the right wing. Here's primetime. It's wide right, hits off the rim.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
To the inside. Using his post moves to get the 2 points.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
Well, when it's closing time, he's trying to lock the door. He's been going all night.
Yep, that one goes. Primetime's got 9 points here in the second half.
And the advantage he has is clear. Just taking what the defense gives him right there.
Here's Murray. And another basket for New Orleans.
Boy, it seems like every shot he puts up, it's going in. This guy is hot. Hot.
Here's primetime. Off target from outside.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Outside Murray. Jacks up a three. Horford pulls it in. Horford's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Holiday passes to primetime. From the baseline. Good. He hits the jumper. Primetime's got 22 points.
A very high percentage look when the D is nowhere to be seen.
And we've got a timeout called by Willie Green. He wants to make sure everyone is alive. Given the Pelicans going with a whole new group out there. All right, let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for New Orleans.
These guys have incredible stamina based on how they've been running the floor, using speedy transition play to get fast break points.
Second chance points have also been a big part of what's happened in this game. Crashing the boards with authority, turning those opportunities into second chance points. Boy, big time on the offensive glass.
And here's Brown for three. Pure from three-point range. Brown's got his first 3 points of the game.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Pelicans.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Greg.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And they really wanted this one. It pushes their win total up to 21.
And against a non-conference opponent, you really want to win the first one. They'll go into the next one knowing how to beat this team for sure.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for C.J. McCollum.
Well, unselfish basketball. His ability to create for others has been the story of this game.
Alvarado, the pass to Olynyk. It's Brown on the wing. Back to Olynyk. Pass to Brown. Now here's Jones. Here's the three. And again, it's New Orleans with a three.
Finishing the game strong. This is how you shut the door on any hopes of a comeback.
No question. They've gotten hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
It's clear there's a lot of pride on the line in this one.
Absolutely. When someone makes a shot, the first thought is, I want my own back.
So New Orleans takes this one by a large margin. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was waiting for a miracle that never came.
Yeah, and this team was consistent throughout. They met every challenge, and they earned this dub.
And that'll do it, folks. For Allie LaForce, Doris Burke, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson alongside our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Got to tighten up and get them next time. It's okay. They wanted it more. Man, everything feels just a little off. Let's win and go home.
Ready, MP.
We know MP came ready to play.
Look at this. Fans are already pumped up, and the energy is visibly escalating outside of this venue. Greetings, everyone. Glad to have you here with us on this Wednesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Good evening, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. On our sideline, David Aldridge. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Kristaps Porzingis.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. White in at shooting guard, with Brown playing small forward. Horford and Porzingis are manning the post position. And it's Holiday in at the point. And for Toronto, Barnes and Pirtle make up the inside pair. Then it's Grady Dick. Then it's Ingram. And it's Shed in at the point. We are right in the middle part of a long season, GA. As a player, how do you stay engaged? How do you stay focused?
Kevin, this is where the grind can really catch up to you. Easy to start feeling complacent.
In for Derek White.
Number 13, Brian Cruz.
Set the tone.
And as we get deeper into the season, MP's let it be known that he intends to get his hands on the Rookie of the Year trophy.
And he's well aware of the other contenders as well. So if he is going to win that award, he knows he has to be at his best when he's matched up against his fellow rookies. I love MP's ambition. It's going to be fun to see how he battles.
And for the inside scoop on MP, and I mean inside, let's send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kev. We are deep into the season, and MP is in the thick of the Rookie of the Year race. I asked him if he felt any pressure, and he said, no way, I'm just here to win. Individual awards are just the icing on the cake. He may be young, but he's already focused on the right things. Guys?
Good stuff, DA. Great stuff, in fact. Gotta love that team-first mindset of MP.
What a swat by the big man, Porzingis. You always have to be careful shooting when he's lurking.
Prime time's shot is good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
Yeah, it's always nice to see him drop in a triple early in the game. That'll set him up for success the rest of the way.
Makes it off the glass.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
That's a nice dime from Barnes, showing he can break down the defense with his passing.
Brown dishes to Holiday. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Raptors leading by 7. And the defense of this Raptors team, Greg, they are built to switch.
And it's no accident with their roster construction. They like having wings that can guard all 5 positions. Makes defending a much easier prospect.
Here's Cruz. And Pirtle pulls it down. Toronto's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. And it's Shed missing. For the Celtics, they come into this one following a loss to the Pelicans. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday. So both teams making some changes here. Raptors shooting 31% here early on. Not getting the shots they'd like. And the layup's good off the glass. Diggs got 5 points so far.
Not just a jump shooter. Dick can operate inside that restricted area.
Pass to Hauser. Here's Primetime. Shoots from 12. That's another miss. Number 4. He's 2 for 6 shooting.
And guys, his shot hasn't been falling this quarter. Time to settle down, refocus, and get a really high percentage look.
Here's Pritchard. Here's Cruz. Good on the baseline, Jay. 6 points for Primetime.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
And that does it for the first quarter. It's the Raptors up 7. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go in, guys. What's your take on Toronto so far?
In that first period, they showed a willingness to make the extra pass.
Yeah, it's the kind of offense every coach loves to see. Selfless and smart.
They've got R.J. Barrett. Dick is out there with Walter. Then there's Chris Boucher. And it's Mobo in at the 4. That's the group for Toronto to start the second quarter. And now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Primetime in the last game against the Pelicans made some terrific plays. He scored 25 points and capitalized from the perimeter, making a few threes. He performed really well. I could see his role expanding if he continues to make that kind of impact, Kevin.
Thanks, David. He took command, and Greg really led the fight for his team.
You like someone who's willing to take control, but then again, tonight could turn out to be a different story.
Yeah, so now the question is, can he do it again? Playing like that consistently is not easy.
Stan, as you know, in past years, Peyton Pritchard had always wanted a starting role. Now, more opportunity, and he has responded.
Yeah, Kevin, he's very competitive and certainly deserving of rotation minutes. He is just now entering his prime.
Boston making a switch here. Holiday's checked in. Here's Cruz. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Jacoby Walter.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
He's off on the first. Stan, we have so many great players in this NBA. I mean, every night, from top to bottom, each roster, there's so many great players. But in your opinion, who is the toughest to game plan against?
Wow, that is a tough question because there's so many of them where there's no good answer. You know, let's take Jokic, for example. If you play him one-on-one, he's going to score virtually every time. If you come in, double team him, send a second defender, he's going to make the right pass all the time. There's no way to absolutely stop him. You just do the best you can to limit their team.
The great ones always have answers, don't they, Stan?
If they didn't, Kevin, they wouldn't be the great ones.
Here's Cruz. Lays it up and banks it in. Primetime's got 10 points in the game.
Well, at 7-2, Porzingis has a great view of the floor. It allows him to spot open passes.
Pass to Barrett. Here's Walter. The three. A three-pointer is right on target. Walter's got the lead up to 11 now for the Raptors.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive three balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Primetime's shot is good.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
And Darko Rajakovic calls timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Several teams changing it up here. And here in January, a few teams starting to solidify their spots in the power rankings. Others not so much. You look at Indiana. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And you know, the Celtics, they just can't seem to find the mojo they need to move up the rankings. They've tinkered with their lineup, but so far they just keep getting the same results.
Celtics trail by 9. To the middle. Tipped away. And stolen by Barrett. Pass to Shed. Ingram outside. Sinks the three-pointer. He has 6.
Well, look, you have to stay connected to Ingram. He's such a good shooter.
Here's Cruz. Offline from the top of the key.
Well, when they're playing off you, you have to make them pay. And he couldn't.
Toronto working the ball around now. Out to Ingram. Here's the three. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes. Barnes has got 3 assists in the game. Primetime's shot is good. Primetime's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And now 6 straight points here coming on the inside.
Out to the right wing. Here's Shed. And it's off from three-point range. Brown with it. Guarded now by Barnes. Brown the pass to Cruz. Connects from three-point range. Primetime's got 17 now.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
The kick out to Barnes. Here's Shed. Great look, but off the mark.
Well, clearly it hasn't been his best game offensively, but collectively, they've still found a way to get the lead.
Porzingis against Barnes. They grab their own miss. Takes the three. That's a no-go, and he's still looking for his first bucket after 2 shots. To the inside. That one's good, and the Raptor lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Cruz.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Now here's Ingram. Coming in off a 21-point game his last outing. Shed traps in the tray. Shed's got his 3rd basket of the night. And here's Brown outside. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
Very important triple there at the buzzer. That halftime deficit looks a lot more manageable when it's in single digits.
And so it's the Toronto Raptors holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And their three-point shooting has paved the way for them. Right back after this break.
Thanks for being with us. First off, how about we start with an update? Before we get into that, I want to know, back when you guys played, what was your favorite city to play in?
Well, Shaq played for.
Turning back now to our game, lots of positives in that first half for the Raptors.
We expect him to come out and play well.
Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Changes for Toronto. Abaji's checked in, and R.J. Barrett subbed in for Dick. Cruz, he's checked in for the Celtics. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. This one for three. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Barnes has got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. On the floor for Boston. White in at shooting guard, with Brown playing small forward. Horford and Porzingis are manning the post positions. And it's Cruz in at the one. And the conversation for Porzingis, coach, tends to always come back to health. And what a challenge that has been for him.
Yeah, Kevin, over his career, on average, he's missed about 30 games per season. But that's not an uncommon problem, as you know, for players who stand well over 7 feet tall.
Wow. What, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Chris Boucher's checked in for Toronto.
Playoffs.
That one is no good.
Fire, 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 fire.
It has to be hard for you to watch basketball as a fan.
Well, it is. It's very hard, almost impossible. I'm almost always watching from a coach's standpoint, an X and O standpoint. But I will say, even when I was standing on the sidelines, NBA players are so good that you have fan moments even while you're coaching.
It seems like every game we see something we've never seen before, right?
I can remember turning around to my assistants and saying, "Can you believe that?" That's just excellent offense. If the defense is giving that up, you've got to take it.
52 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And it's prime time missing. Raptors leading by 12. Pass to Abaji. Here's Boucher. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. Both teams will make substitutions. 36 seconds left to play in the third. Here's primetime. Barrett covering. Here's Cruz. He gets it in there. Primetime's got 4 points in the quarter. And Barrett has got the ball here for Toronto. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
Here's primetime. Barrett covering. Here's Cruz. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's Toronto looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. We've got Chris Boucher, Walter out there with Barrett. And it's Mobo in at the 4-man position. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Here's Holiday. Boucher with the rebound. Raptors leading by 13. Pass to Walter. 3-pointer. Boston grabs the miss. Porzingis has got 8 rebounds in this game. And there's the drive. Here's Hauser inside. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Here's Walter. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. Walter's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Toronto. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And it's prime time missing.
It seemed like he changed his mind halfway through the layup, tried to go to something else, and flat out choked it.
Celtics trail by 15. To the wing on the left. For three. It's rebounded by Barrett. Barrett's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Got that one up quick.
He's had it going offensively, helping them build this lead.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. And here's Toronto. They're on a 14-4 run right now. Pass to Abaji. Here's Walter. Lawson has the open look. And not going to go. He misses the first attempt on the night. Boston has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Toronto.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season.
Really a big-time win for these guys. They've lost their first two games of the year to this team, so they won't be in danger of getting swept when they meet for the fourth time.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Grady Dick.
And he found a way to leave his mark on every facet of the game. His activity and energy were huge factors.
Here's Cruz. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
Well, sometimes you need more than just your stars, though. They've got to run something to get the other guys good looks.
We've got 33 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Abaji. That three off the mark. And stolen by Lawson. Here's Walter. So Toronto takes this up by a big margin. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. So for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.
Sorry, man. Tough game tonight. We all have our bad days. You You ready to give these fans what they paid for?
There he is.
And B, you're my favorite player, man. You always deliver.
And preparing for battle, each guy with his own approach to getting ready for what should be an excellent matchup. Welcome and thanks for joining 2K Sports for a Friday night full of NBA action. We'll watch the Boston Celtics in this one as they go up against the Orlando Magic. This is Brian Anderson with Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. Allie LaForce with us on the sidelines. And midway through the year, a perfect time to check in on our Rookie of the Year rankings. We're halfway to seeing who grabs the award, and he's demonstrated some tremendous skill so far. We're smack in the middle of the season, and he's just one spot back from the top.
And with about half the season behind us, it's clear how much potential he has to blossom into a star.
Hey, bump what the future holds. I mean, how about what he's doing now and already has done? He's put himself at number 2 in those rankings with some stunning performances.
So a look at our starters for Orlando. It's Suggs and Anthony at the 1 and the 2. Banchero out there with Mo Wagner. And it's De Silva in at the small forward position. And for the Celtics, the perimeter pairing. It's White and Brown. Kristaps Porzingis out there with Torrey Craig. And it's Holiday in at the point. Well, there are always trades this time of year, Clark. But we rarely talk about the human aspect of these moves.
That's a great point, B.A.
Switch here.
We need to make something happen. Let's go.
I got you, Coach.
The 3 from Suggs. It's rebounded by Primetime. The Celtics have gone only 1 of 6 so far. Tries it from 16. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Well, it's a make-or-miss league. Sometimes the Jays just don't fall. It wasn't a bad shot.
What a fantastic second year for Paolo Banchero, Grant. A bona fide all-star in Orlando.
Yeah, only their second all-star over the last decade. Paolo was incredible during the playoffs, averaging 27, 9, and 4. That playoff experience is big for him going forward.
And he makes a first.
And the future Suggs has is certainly promising, an effective combo guard who can really get it going at times.
And so he hits both.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
Celtics trail by 12. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Well, Primetime in their last time out against the Raptors had a huge game. He dropped 27 points, and plus, he nabbed a couple boards. He was carrying this team, taking over offensively. Can he do it again? We'll see.
Great work. Thanks for that. And there's always the chance of a carryover effect into tonight's game.
I wouldn't put it past him, but it's tough to have back-to-back performances like that.
No, you can't bet against a guy like that. He looks like he's in a groove, focused, on top of his game. No reason that he can't keep it going.
Here's Primetime. Oh, he missed that one. 1 for 3 in this one so far. Orlando leading by 13. Here's Anthony. The shot off that time. Good work defensively by White. And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Richards checked in for Boston. Carter, he's checked in for Orlando. Caldwell Pope comes in for Anthony. Celtics trail by 13. Brown passes to Craig. It's Brown on the wing. A dependable player on offense, giving them over 13 a game. That one falls.
Working to get the high percentage bucket. Nicely done that time by Brown.
And you look at Jaylen Brown, Grant. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall, and he could dunk through a brick wall, too. It's just so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
59 seconds left in the first. It's tipped.
Boy, just not scoring with the efficiency he'd like to. Tough quarter for him.
Moving it up. Here's Carter, and it's slammed in by Carter.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Prime time. Can't get it to go.
Man, miss after miss for him. When you're having a quarter like this, the only beneficiary is the defense.
Carter. The shot no good. Good D by Porzingis. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's prime time. Again, the miss by Boston.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
With 4 on the clock. And he lays it in.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. That. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. Boy, a very convincing performance from the Magic so far.
It's simple. When you can protect the rim the way they have, it's a big advantage.
Yeah, you know, you have a guy in there blocking a bunch of shots or multiple players blocking shots. It causes the offense to think twice when they go up for shots in there.
All right, this is how the floor looks for the Magic starting the second. They've got Goga Bitadze. Wendell Carter is out there with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's De Silva in at the 3, the small forward.
They're playing great team basketball. It's good movement and sharp, crisp passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Here's Primetime. Drew on the 14-footer. Primetime's got 6.
So wide open there. He said, why not? That's like a warm-up shot for him.
Caldwell Pope. The pass to Black. Back to Caldwell Pope. Misses the 3.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide-open look in space there.
Oh, through contact. White gets the finish. And you played for several different coaches with very different philosophies, Grant. Did you have a favorite system?
Well, you know, B.A., I did. I played 19 years, a number of different coaches. But the 8 seconds or less offense back when I was with the Suns as a player, you want to run. And honestly, it's so much fun getting up and down the court like that.
Celtics trail by 14. Here's White. White coming through.
Outstanding concentration that time by White on the tape. Played through the contact and scored.
And we've got a timeout from Jamal Mosley. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Porzingis is checked in for Boston. Drew Holiday comes in for Pritchard. Black passes to Carter. Boston pulls it in. This game coming after a loss versus the Raptors.
Yeah, we know that on the road, you're already a little out of your element. Then the misses from the line become contagious.
And, you know, one of the things about missing free throws is not only are you not getting points yourself, but it allows the other team to maintain momentum or keep a rally going.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Here's Primetime. Ooh, nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Primetime's gotten 4 this quarter.
And why go away from attacking inside if the D has no answer for you?
Pass to Banchero. Wagner with a screen on White. The 3 from Banchero. Holiday grabs the miss.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Here's White. The shot no good.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
Here's Black. That one a tad offline, but it drops in for him. Black's got 6 points.
And you can run offense through Banchero time and time again. I mean, he is a special talent.
Boston making a switch here. Brown's checked in. Orlando making a switch here. Celtics trail by 12. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. And Suggs has got the ball here for Orlando. Here's Banchero. Using his size. Banchero gets by inside.
Setting each other up beautifully. I love it. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assists.
You know, nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court. Feels to me like this team is going to need more from him, guys. I mean, if they're to erase this deficit, he's got to step up.
Pass to De Silva. Back to Anthony. Banchero with a screen on Brown. For 3, Anthony sinks it from distance. He's got 5.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Chalk up 2 there.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Here's De Silva. Banchero outside. Pass to Anthony. Back to Suggs. From outside, off the mark. Celtics trail by 15. Brown passes to Primetime. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It's going to go on Jalen Suggs. Boston shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
And guys, that free throw percentage of theirs has gone down since last season. As a matter of fact, significantly down.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on that one. And some changes here for the Celtics. Craig is checked in for Hauser, and Derek White subbed in for Drew Holiday. And that trip coming up empty, missing both.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
For Boston, they've gone 6 of 11 here in the second quarter. Here's Primetime, and the baseline jumper goes down. Primetime's got 12.
It was a rough start for them scoring the ball, but they look like now they're really finding their rhythm and flow.
Yeah, it looks like they've gained a little bit of confidence as the lid has come off the hoop.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on them.
And so it's Orlando in control with a 16-point advantage heading into the break. They just can't miss right now. Every shot they're taking, you assume, is going in. We'll be back in a moment.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. An uphill battle so far for the Boston Celtics.
The defense has been trash. That is, if you can call it defense. I call it being lazy.
Yeah, it's lazy, Shaq. They've been outworked, and you got to beat them to the basketball. That's the kind of team that you want to have. And so far, they haven't answered the bell.
Now let's change gears and talk a little bit about all-star voting.
Well, at the start of the voting, the leaders are the guys that everyone already knows. As you go along, usually new guys enter the mix.
Every year it's a compelling story. Those guys who weren't expected to make an all-star impact doing just that. And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head back down to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the third quarter.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it's been a runaway. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. Torrey Craig out there with Jaylen Brown. And it's Porzingis in at the center spot. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. White with a screen on three-pointer. Making substitutions here, and Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. Here's Primetime. There's the block. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Pass to De Silva. Here's Black. Lets it go from deep. Kept alive. The three. It's not going to go for him. Celtics trail by 14. Here's Primetime. No good off the glass.
Clearly the defense could have been better there, guys, but he also needs to convert that.
On the wing, Suggs. Nails it from three. Suggs has got 5 points in the quarter.
His first three of the half. That gives him 9 total points from beyond the arc so far.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes here into the third.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there. And, of course, that one was just crazy.
Down low. Here's Wagner. And that one is stuffed right through.
We know Mo. He's got scoring ability for sure, but he's brought it to another level tonight.
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Prime time. Orlando with the rebound.
The tough shots aren't going down for him right now, but neither are the easy ones. I mean, he's got to find the rhythm somehow.
Here's Batadze. Oh, there's a killer two-hand slam.
Well, part of the game plan was to neutralize the crowd. And guess what? mission accomplished.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
Pass to Wagner. Suggs outside.
Who's watching here?
Goes back up. Porzingis grabs the board. Porzingis has got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done.
Hey, how about imagining if they were hitting their shots, how big the lead could be. But so far, that's not been the case.
We've got 13 seconds left in the third quarter. The 3 from Suggs. It's hauled in by White. From deep three-point range. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's the Orlando Magic sitting on a comfortable... And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. Fourth quarter, on the court for the Magic. Goga Bitadze is out there with Wendell Carter. Then there's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and it's Houston in at the 3. Here's Black. Drains the triple.
Nice job that time by Caldwell-Pope, getting it to the right man. Superb at sharing the rock with his...
Welcome to a special episode of NBA 2K TV. This week we have more interactives and you vote for the top play of the year finalists.
Ooh, can't wait for that. But first, ready to earn some VC?
Hotels.com.